Hello everybody, my name is Timothy and I want to welcome you to the Discover with Timothy YouTube channel. Today I am in the Georgetown World Heritage Site to visit a museum that has just opened not too long ago. This is the Straits Oriental Museum. It occupies the shophouses at 7 King Street in Georgetown, right in the historic core of Penang. The museum is open daily from 9:30 AM to 6 PM. Now let's go in and have a look. The museum is spread over 3 levels. On the ground floor, there's a gallery on the colonial history of Penang. There are interpretive boards on the maritime trade and how Penang fits in. The island was never isolated. It was part of a huge network of mercantile routes to China, India, even the Middle East and Europe, not to mention the rest of the Malay archipelago. We get a glimpse of Penang's colonial past and look at coins from the East India Company as well as other currencies at different points of the island's history. Over here, I'm looking at the banknotes from the Japanese occupation period. The entire history of Penang unfolds before me on the interpretive boards of this gallery. We are reminded of Penang's position as the hub for the spice trade, with various aromatic spices being handled from its harbour. There is a sitting area with a mini theatre where cultural videos are played and a wide selection of books on local culture. Displayed here are important letters from the past. Through these letters, we get a glimpse of how people write and their handwriting using a cursive that is very different from how we write today. Here we see the history of Penang from 1786 to 2008, when the historic core of Georgetown was recognized as a World Heritage Site. Over here is the mini theatre where you can watch videos on culture and heritage. And on this side are some books that you can browse on culture and heritage. And over on that corner is a line of storage jars which give us an idea of what we are going to see on the first floor. In the middle of the museum is an air well with trees offering some natural sunlight. So now let's continue our way. Let's go up the stairs to go to the first floor to see the second gallery. The gallery on the first floor centers on ceramics, porcelain and chinaware. The ceramics and porcelain are actually one of the most important and intellectually rich parts of the Straits Oriental Museum. The collection isn't just decorative, it tells the story of Chinese civilization, maritime trade, and the Straits Chinese identity across more than 1,000 years. The ceramics displays at this museum span multiple Chinese dynasties, including the Tang, Song, Yuan, Ming, and Qing dynasty. We learn to differentiate the different types of ceramics according to their period and where they are from. Some, such as the Tang and Song ceramics, tend to be simpler and more utilitarian, such as tea bowls and monochrome vessels. Over time, Chinese ceramic technology evolved dramatically, becoming more refined and decorative. By the Ming Dynasty, the famous blue and white porcelain appears using cobalt blue pigment under a transparent glaze. These pieces often carry auspicious symbols like dragon, phoenixes, lotus flower, and clouds. Later Qing porcelain became even more elaborate, using vivid overglazed enamels such as famille rose, iron red porcelain, imperial wares associated with Empress Dowager Cixi. These represent the peak of imperial Chinese ceramic artistry. There are ceramics and porcelain made specifically for the export market based on regional tastes and specification. These include the Nyonya porcelain that were manufactured in China for the Straits Chinese market. Some of the ceramics at the museum came from ancient shipwrecks, such as the Thai celadon items displayed here. For a more immersive experience, visitors may scan the QR codes available at every display case to enjoy an audio interpretation. And now let's continue to the second floor. Over here, we see some more ceramics or earthenware salvaged from shipwrecks. But the main component of the second floor are the tapestries. Also on the second floor are jewelry and accessories from Cantonese opera such as headdress, as well as ancient weapons such as halberds, swords and spears. Located next to the museum is its cafe, which is housed in a three-story corner building offering splendid views of King Street and Church Street. You can sit there and enjoy a cup of coffee after your visit to the museum. And so that's our visit to the Penang Straits and Oriental Museum. If you are interested in local history and in particular in the history of ceramics, you will have an absorbing time there. So as I conclude this video, if you enjoy it, please take a moment to give it a like so that more people will get to see this video on the Straits and Oriental Museum, and subscribe to the channel to join me as I continue to explore and discover. Until we meet again, this is Timothy signing out.
With the waves that play and the nights that sway, Penang, you take my breath away.